Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about the Dayton Convention, AYA 2010, Dayton, Ohio. It was a fun event. 12 sections of this video. Well over 3,600 photos go to make up this video for you, along with some video that we shot in town. But the pictures you're seeing right here are Ken and Jan came into the area early because they were having their high school reunion. They stayed in town and we went and visited them and got to see the homestead and everything that Ken had, as well as his grist mill. So stay tuned for a lot of fun as we go through all the fun events that we had at Dayton in 2010. Now, the first section we're going to cover about the AYA convention were the arrival pictures. And there are 166 photos here, and we had a big sign made up that, had the convention logo and emblem and all on it. And when you showed up, you got out of your airplane or you stayed in your airplane, whatever you wanted to do, and we handed you the sign and we took your picture. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a lot of these pictures going by. I'm going to go ahead and put a soundtrack in the background for the remainder of the pictures, and then I'll pick up talking at the next section. That way, if you want to fast forward through the video, you can do so by just fast forwarding through the audio soundtracks. Now, one thing we did a little different with the welcome reception. Usually, the welcome reception, it's in a banquet hall with some barely eatable hors d'oeuvres that don't last the first 5 minutes, and people stand around and they chit chat. Well, Luann and I decided, because we had been one of our customers' houses, Neil Johnson, and he had a singer come to his house, and we liked her so much we hired her for the event. So we had a convention cafe. Her dad played. We brought our drums down and our tambourines, and we joined in. But we had a good time with the convention cafe, having some music playing in the background. At the break, she could sell some CDs. If you wanted to chit chat, you go out into the hall and talk. But this was something a little bit different. And then after the convention cafe was over, we brought down a big 10-foot television screen and a projector, and we showed the movie, those fabulous men in their flying machines. And that ended about 1 o'clock in the morning. So that was our reception. Again, the convention cafe with a lot of music going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll let you continue to watch these pictures of the welcome reception, and I'll see you at the next section. Now, one of the optional tours, like buying a ticket for the Dayton Air Show, you could also buy a ticket to take the Sporties Tour. And we went to Sporties Polish Shop, and there's Hal right there, who owns Sporties, giving us a tour of the facilities, what all they have. Afterwards, he let us have one of their traditional hot dog lunches that they have every Saturday at Claremont County, where Sporties is located. And here's just some pictures of the tigers parked in the grass and some of the AYA members who attended this tour standing around having a good time. And anytime you have a tour like this, especially when you serve food, it's going to be a big plus event. So stay tuned as we get to some more of the convention events that happened during Dayton in 2010. Now, one of the flying events that we hold at the airport is spot landing, where you come in and you try to put your wheels down right on the mark. And then it's graduated and measured before 100 feet, the landing mark, and 100 feet after, to kind of give you an idea how close you got. So I'm going to let you watch these pictures of the spot landing contest. Video would have been so much nicer, but again, we just have a ton of photographs from this. I'm going to go ahead and add some soundtrack, and I'll catch you at the next event. Now, here's a real crowd pleaser to watch the event going on. It's called Precision Taxi. Now, I know Guy Warner thinks that he'd like to tell people he invented this event, and he sure champions it like he does, like he did. But this event came from Australia. Margaret Dahl and one of her friends, Maggie, were in New Orleans when I was regional director of the AYA. And I took them out to dinner, and we went out and listened to some jazz music, and we started talking about this event during dinner, and as well as some other events. And this one sounded so good that we tried it out in Rough River in 1994. It was such a hit, trying to have people use their nose tire to squish the eggs in a wig-wag course to see how precisely you could taxi your aircraft. It was a real crowd pleaser, and it's been in the arsenal ever since. So part of our reindeer games that came from Australia. Thank you so much, guys, down there. Now, map folding was a very recent event around 2010, and it's basically the idea that you're flying an airplane, and with some distractions, you've got to try to take a chart that you've been using for navigation and fold it up to put it away. Now, of course, your canopy is going to be open, so we're simulating the wind with a fan. It may be IFR, so you may have some smoke being blown your way. It could be raining, so you'll have some water being thrown into the fan. Wide number of things. Sometimes the people will block your vision as something flies by. So again, it's a timed event. So you start off with a chart, how fast you can fold it up, and the shortest time takes the goal. So ladies and gentlemen, enjoy these pictures of the map folding contest that we had at Dayton AYA in 2010, and I'll put some music back and we'll meet you at the next event. Now, the broken tow bar. If ever there was a game invented for Grumman's, because you see, we have a free castering nose wheel, and without that tow bar, it can be quite the challenge to back the airplane up. Pulling it forward is not an issue. It wants to cast her back in the right direction. So what we do is we took Luann's engagement Yankee and took the spinner off, and we let people try the corset we had drawn on the ground. And again, your shortest time from the start to the finish wins the broken tow bar, and there is a men's and a women's division. So I'll let you enjoy these pictures of folks trying to push the Yankee back along the course. Now, here are some random shots that were shot during the convention, and this was by the reporter who shot them with his and her cameras from the Dayton paper, and they're just random shots of people on the ramp. They were very impressed with Star Squad, how we divided up the t-shirts into bags, just the stuff that went on at a convention, because you might know what to do at a drive-in where, people show up with their cars and show them off, but not everybody knows all that much about airplane activities. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and put some music here in the background for you and let you enjoy all these random shots shot again during the Dayton Convention AYA in 2010. Now, we had a photographer from up in Moraine by the name of Williams. This is not to confuse him with Steve Williams, who was editor and donated some pictures for me. But anyway, Mr. Williams from Moraine shoots for the local newspapers as well as he likes flying activities. And he came and he just loved shooting our convention, and he shot a bunch of the airplanes and a lot of the activities going on. Again, he's an airplane nut from not too far away and lives on an air park. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy these random shots by Williams, the photographer, donated to us for AYA 2010 in Dayton, Ohio. And another one of the flying airport activities that we do is the air race. And again, it's how fast you can get from the start to the finish. Fastest time wins. That's the rules of the game. As John Maestro used to say, may he rest in peace, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Right, Stu? So anyway, here's a bunch of pictures. I'm going to add some music to it, but this is for the air race, again, at the Dayton convention that Luann and I threw in 2010. By the way, there is a video out there that shows the pictures of the airports that are along the race course, and I'll put a link to that in the video in here right when I finish chatting. So enjoy the music while we cover the air race. Now, another side tour that we had at the convention and we offered was the Dayton Air Show. And not just go to the air show and sit in the sun and watch airplanes buzz in the sky and hope maybe there'll be a wreck, which is what people really go for, but we decided we were going to get a chalet tent. Luann and I had been invited years ago to the President's Chalet. There's no air conditioning, but the chalet tents, which are for private organizations, they're on the flight line. There's a picketed fence area that's your private yard. You have an air-conditioned chalet tent, air-conditioned bathrooms. You have meals served, drinks running. So it's a wonderful place to be. You have reserved parking, so you get to come in and park by the chalet tent. When the air show is over, you're one of the first people to get out of the whole area, so you avoid all the traffic. And it's a nice place, very comfortable. It was a wonderful way to see the event. And what really brought it home for Luann and I was during the air show, everybody got together and saying he's a good fellow to Luann and I for hosting this great event that people called the Dayton Air Show of the AYA. And it was a really fun event, and I got to tell you, I'll quote one of our European members about the air show. After seeing it from a chalet with the catered food and the drinks and everything else, he says when he goes home and sees an air show, it's just not going to be the same because they don't have anything like this. So I'll let you enjoy these pictures of the air show in the chalet tent. By the way, we have a separate video on the chalet tent so you can kind of get a feel for it and the yard and what goes on. So we'll catch you with some music, and we'll see you at the next event. So towards the end of it, we have a big luncheon or a banquet, and that's where we pass out all the awards. So we can tell you who won the spot landing and who won the precision taxi, the air race, the whatever the event was, a spot parking, whatever it happens to be. This is where we pass out all the awards and recognize all the volunteers and finish wrapping everything up with a good presentation. So we hope you enjoy this. Enjoy these pictures again of the awards banquet that we had at AYA in 2010, and we'll be back with the next event for you. Now, another thing that we had as part of the convention was what we were calling a hangar hoedown. We were at Commander Aero at Wright Brothers Airport in Dayton, Ohio. That's where we held the convention in 2010. They gave us pretty much free use of the hangar and all the rooms upstairs for meeting rooms and seminar rooms, as well as tables to be laid out so that people like David Fletcher and John Shardema could bring parts to show and talk about some of the stuff that we've been seeing in the fleet. But at the same time, one night, we had a big hangar hoedown. We had a stage set up. We brought in musicians to sing. We had guitars and drums, and many of our members joined up. So enjoy these pictures. It was a great time. It was a wonderful event. The weather was very nice that evening. And what I really like is when you come across a picture of Luann and I sitting in a rocking chair enjoying what's going on during the convention. It was a wonderful event. It was. We want to thank everybody who helped us pull it off. It was not just the two of us. And again, please enjoy these pictures of all the pictures that we're taking during the hangar hoedown at, again, Wright Brothers Airport in Dayton, Ohio. So, ladies and gentlemen, there are some pictures of our hangar hoedown. By the way, our singer, our balladeer that night, was blind, but what a wonderful voice he had. He was brought to us by Brad Templin, again from the Moraine, Dayton area. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hoped you enjoyed all that went on during the Dayton Convention in 2010. Again, Luann and I were very honored to be your convention chairs. It was our best work. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day flying your Grumman.